Anderson, the guy that has had a pitch, try to use that aggressiveness against Stanton here.
High pop-up on the very first pitch. Infield fly rule is in effect. Soto going back to second base, and he bumps into Zach Neto, and now interference is going to be called on Juan Soto. He's out, and it's a double play.
Now they're going to get together on this one.
Aaron Boone pointing to the second base bag, saying that Soto was not out of the baseline, or at least not interfering, because he was standing on the base that he was entitled to.
I think they're going to eventually just say put him back at the base here, though.
You see Soto going back around. He wasn't on the base yet. You know, there was a little bit of this happening in Chicago last week between the Orioles and the White Sox. A game ended.
Well, he got his hip into him, too. That's a pretty good hip check. We know it is hockey playoff season.
I think this should be interference. Based on the rule that we saw last week, this should be interference, and it is. Soto is out, and Aaron Boone will discuss with the umpires. But based on the call in Chicago last week, Soto should be out for interference.
And again, go back into Stanton being aggressive on the first pitch, and Anderson with a changeup utilized that and gets a double play on a pop-up.
Now this is where Pedro Grifol, the manager of the White Sox, was discussing the rule. The rule is badly written, is what Pedro Grifol said, and now Aaron Boone has been ejected. But the point is, if Zach Neto, knowing that rule, it just happened in the last week, that if he kind of leaned into Soto there to draw interference, then so be it. That's the way the rule is written, and Soto interfered with Neto. That's the way it was called last week as well.
But that was a little bit of a hip check on him there, trying to get back into that base.
The home plate umpire is Brian Walsh. He is not involved here. It's the second base umpire is the crew chief, Vic Carapazza. So he would have been the one to make that call at second base. And Aaron Boone, who is no stranger to watching games from his manager's office, will see virtually the entirety of this one from the Yankees visiting clubhouse manager's office here at Angel Stadium.
Now, Brad Ausmus is going out there to get in the conversation too. At this point, I don't understand why you're still having a conversation.
Brad Ausmus, who managed the Angels in 2019, is the bench coach now for the Yankees. So he'll be the manager the rest of this game. As we take another look here.
I mean, there's a little lean in there. He's got to find his way back to the base, yes, but leaned right into him with a good hip check.
I would love to hear Zach Neto's thoughts about this. There's Aaron Boone getting ejected. And I wonder how much of the play in Chicago last week was in the mind of Neto there. Almost drawing Soto into the play in some way, and Soto wasn't shy about the contact either. But yeah, Brad Ausmus still out there to get a clarification.
I'm sure somebody must have told him or gave him something to talk to the umpires about from somewhere upstairs, because he was in that dugout as the bench coach, and somebody must have come in and relayed something to make sure they got a clarification on it.
That is the 36th ejection already for Aaron Boone as a major league manager. It's his third this year.
I was literally just talking to Aaron Boone's mom and dad just down before the game. Bob Boone and Sue Boone here today, along with Aaron's brother Matt.
Well, now Bob
they can have a conversation.
They can watch the game with him.
Yes.
So the clarifications continue for Bob Boone, the manager of the Yankees, and Brad Ausmus, who is the bench coach. And the Yankees have to face the reality of the call here, that interference was called on Juan Soto, and the double play happens on the pop-up off the bat of Stanton. A wild top of the first. The Yankees loaded the bases with nobody out. There was an interference play at second base, and the Yankees come away with nothing and no manager. Aaron Boone's been ejected.